Woo!
Hey, hey,
And Jeff had to hide.
I hid before we went.
Oh,
Yeah,
you was sitting there with your screen up. We seen you.
I was, but that was backstage. That way, if they're going to steal your program, they cannot see me.
Hey Nate, how's it going? Oh, we got another Ohioan in here.
That
Hi,
way, if
Michael.
they're going to steal your.
Uh
Okay, I'm good.
oh.
I've got to mute it.
Yeah, Michael and Lisa. And
Lisa. We'll give it a few minutes.
it usually takes anywhere from 4 to 7 minutes for
Yeah,
people to get notified.
that it was for a while. We were getting a delay of like 45 seconds before it flipped up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
This time it was only like 10 seconds and it popped up.
Yeah, I got it on my phone just in case.
Hey, we got another new one in there. Adirondack Life with Lake Fairy and Bigfoot.
That's not me. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice today. It's nice and
Yeah.
sunny, and the humidity's lifted. And
We actually got some rain today.
We had
A
a
little
storm.
bit. Just a little.
We had a storm come through. I mean, some of the trees were just about touching the ground, and I mean, it rained so hard, so fast. I couldn't see the driveway.
Lisa, what you cooking for dinner?
Hello, Michael.
I forgot I got my monkey in the background. I did a couple videos with him up there.
yeah, I did that at the Dollar General.
Well, you had a monkey at Dollar General.
No,
No.
she did the monkey dance.
Yeah, I did the monkey dance at the Dollar General while on live.
They are saying that a certain for North Carolina, okay, that just about all of the monkeys are in one county here.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Where do you live again? See if I can make it in time for dinner.
Hey, Vineyard Chickies.
Bet you I can get there before you can.
Hey,
If I remember, she lives in the same state I do.
Oh, you sure?
No. I said, I think.
Southeast of, okay. So she's southeast of you. Oh, well, a couple of things I wanted to start with is update on my back area. A lot of my plants are okay. For some reason, though, my cherry tomatoes and my Cherokee purple tomatoes, a lot of dead leaves since the tree fell all over top of them, and I don't know if it dumped something on them or what, or if it had bugs up on top of the tree or something. But a lot of dead leaves all of a sudden. So I'm hoping it doesn't keep spreading because it's actually really thinned out now.
Yeah.
Pepper plants, the pepper plants Bunky gave me, they took a big hit. I'm trying to put sticks and keep them together to where it comes back, but I don't know if they're going to make it or not because I actually had peppers on them, and I got those in the ground late, And pretty much everything else is fine except for my one tomatoes. They got hammered.
Now the
But
stems.
it's some of them are showing that they might come out of it. I don't know.
Okay. You know the medical tape? I've seen. I watch a lot of Asian growing because I like how they grow things, and I've watched them do medical tape.
Yeah, I got the athletic tape that they use. It's not really tape, but it's bungee and you
It's
wrap it
spongy
up.
and sticks together.
It sticks to itself. So
Yes.
I've got that on some of them.
Yeah. Okay. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So you know all kinds of stuff. There's nothing new.
Well, I just had some left over for when my daughter played volleyball because they always had to wrap something with it to make them look professional or something.
Hello, Lucian Prepper.
Yeah, I actually got. Yeah, I got those peppers in a little late because I had them up in the. I mean, they were growing under the grow light and everything, but hopefully they come out of it.
Yeah.
As far as I had to, like I said, the branches that we cleared, the power company was here with another crew that was waiting for the power company to get done with the restoring electricity, and they were supposed to come in and mulch all of the tree or the branch. Well, about 8 drops of rain came down and they left. And I haven't seen them since. So I had the guy came out yesterday and I tried to get him to take the rest of the tree down. He says they won't touch it unless it's going to hit a pole. It's okay if it hits the electricity again because they'll just come out and redo it. And I had a couple people come out and look at it. One says $2,200, and it's just one branch is the only thing that's up on that tree is left. And the other one said it would be like over 4,000 into probably 8,000 range because it's so close to the houses, and the power company guy says, let Mother Nature do it and have insurance sort it out.
You got a bow and arrow?
What's that going to do?
You got a bow and arrow, a pickup truck, and a chainsaw.
Did you ask them?
You have a house here and a house here, and this is in the city, and it's not like the city down south. Your houses are less than probably 12 feet from each other, and you have a house here and a house here, and the trees right here in the middle of both our property lines. You have electric line going this way and electric line going this way, and the trees right here. You have, and back here you have my garage, and on this side you have his garage. So there's the only way that to cut it is go above the tree and cut it and let it lower it straight down. So that's where it's at there. So
you got a mess.
Usually they'll do like and if they drop a tree, they'll put it and they'll tie it and they have it on a crane, and then they do it and then they just lower it. Mm-hmm. They do it and then they just lower it. That's the way they put ours up against the house.
And you can't climb the tree because it's been split. So you have a little bit hanging here, and that's it.
Right. They would have to go up in a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
The way Jeff did it here. But that's a tight fit. Power lines on each sides, houses on each side.
Yeah. That's what the power guy said. Let Mother Nature do it. And he says, well, good news. It doesn't look like it's going to fall against your house.
Oh. Hey, Bluegrass, sweetheart.
Hey, Ginger Ninja.
When you was talking about them coming up there and cutting your tree lake, and you mentioned his name, my wife looked at me and she said, "When'd you go up there?" And I said, "I went up there yesterday and done it."
Okay, what? Another thing that I was, because I got called a few times that I was lying about the Mylar bags. Now I got the email from Amazon itself telling me that, because I did have stuff in a storefront there at one time, so I still have the account. And so they sent me an email saying if you have Mylar bags, you have until the 5th to remove them because they're no longer allowed to be sold unless they are clear to where you can see in them, or they have a window to where you can see in them. And I've got a lot of people saying that, well, that's lying. They can't do that. And that's not what they said. And I said, well, I've got the letter saying.
I've got an email too saying that Mylar bags, it's August 5th.
Yep. August 5th is the deadline.
Yep.
And it's nothing I have nothing to do with it. That's them. And it even says the reason why, because I had a lot of people tell me, no, it's not because of that. It's because of something else.
No.
And I said, that's what it says right there.
Yeah, Amazon Prime, they put that out themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not the companies or anything. It's Amazon is banning the sale of Mylar bags because of that purpose.
Yep.
And that's one of the main reasons you get Mylar bags, because it blocks out the sun.
Right.
You might as well use sandwich bags.
Yeah, they're even telling Amazon tells sellers to ditch their Mylar bag stash.
Yeah.
Yep, but it says they will be removed from the store by August 5th, 2022. Why Mylar? Yeah. Do you want me to put the article in your chat?
Oh, no, it's
Okay.
good.
Sounds like dumpster diving time.
Well, there's company. If you go to companies can sell them for now that I know of, unless the government decides to ban them. But I don't get mine from Amazon anyway.
Right.
But I did go to check, and the price of Mylar bags went way up.
Yep.
Of course.
Everything's gone up. Our eggs were $5.52 today for 18 pack.
Yeah.
It's time to start buying some chickens.
That's what I told Bigfoot. I texted him at work and I said, we buy chickens next week.
Well, ain't you got a fence up now?
Well, yeah, but the chickens can't be in with the dog because the dog would have a snack. Yeah.
Okay, now next, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of people asking me about this because of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up now. If I can find it. Oh, there it is.
That's right.
Then go back here and again and put it up here to share it. And yep, they're still there.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yes, this is still the cluster of ships. And
is that live?
Yes, this is live. This is them, and you can see here. Well, it won't. 7 minutes ago, and I had somebody actually that has an account with the satellite, because if you got an account, you can see who they are and where they come from and everything. And he checked it out, and these are all Chinese fishing ships or boats or whatever you want to call them.
That don't sound
except for
good.
these other colored ones, which are tugboats and stuff. And as you can see, it's too far from land, because each area, some areas on the land, they have what is called a transponder that will pick up what ships they are.
Okay.
And these are all, and they've been here for since Monday or Sunday. Yeah, I seen these guys Sunday.
It looks like a cat walking with its paw and the head
Oh,
and the tail. That's a lot. That's a lot of ships there, though.
yeah.
A lot
I
of
mean,
Chinese ships.
normally, if you see ships, and if they're in a cluster, they'll be in a line, because they don't just stick a fishing pole out and try to catch fish. That they drop nets.
Yeah.
And now, tell me what would happen if these guys are all dropping nets right through here. You'd have a bunch of tangled up.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all these guys. You couldn't drop a net.
No, you can't.
And if you scoot way up in here,
They're so close together.
yeah.
They are.
And the ones like this, these guys are anchored, and these ships are not supposed to be able to anchor that far out. They're not that big of a ship. I mean, they're pretty good size, but they're
what size ships would you say they are?
Maybe 5 people on them, 6 people.
Damn, that ain't big at all.
No,
That's what they're supposed to be, but that ain't saying what they are, correct?
yeah, and there's a pleasure craft out in the middle of all these too, which is weird.
That is like a boat that people go on, a pleasure, like,
Yeah, a yacht or something.
yeah, that's weird.
And they
Bring
do
it
have
in
some
with
cargo
the
vessels in here too. And again, it's too far for me to find out who they belong to, but I already know who they belong to. They're all from China.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's that blue cluster that was to the right of them?
That's an island.
Oh, okay.
These are all passenger vessels that will take you back to the mainland. But as you can see, we go up here, it's
Damn.
that close to the United States. And yes, there are some that are grouped like this, but not like that. I mean,
That don't sound good. It really don't.
That's a big difference when you have hundreds. These are hundreds. I think it was 300 and something the last count, and a lot are still parked or anchored, which is very odd.
Hi, Al Bundy. Yeah, Bushcraft looks at this pretty often.
Yeah.
He said he hasn't seen anyone else talk about this.
Yeah, that's what's really weird.
Yeah.
I expected there to be like, hey, there's a bunch of this going on. I did find somebody else in the community that I follow say there's something odd in between South and North America. There's ships, fishing ships, and then a little bit later somebody said it was all Chinese fishing boats.
I don't know how they can fish that close together.
I don't know either.
Unless they got fishing lines.
And it wouldn't be worth the money, especially because when you see if it's a fleet of fishing boats, which somebody told me no, it's not boats, it's a fleet. Okay, well, anyways, if you they'll go next to each other, but they'll all be in a straight line. You'll see a big line going across, not all bunched in, pointing each up all different directions.
Right.
Well, now, how many boats is to a fleet?
I don't know. I'm as far as I know, because I don't follow no fishing and stuff. All I usually follow is the cargo ships and oil tankers and stuff like that to see in the ports.
I've seen them throw nets, and I bet you they are out there doing a pretty good job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good at what they do. But it's still really close together. Good evening, Mary and Mary.
Okay, you see what Harvest Mary Moon posted. When the trawlers
each other.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. But they're all they go in a line, and you can see these ones. They're all pointing different directions. It's very weird.
So it's not uniform, is what you're saying? Like,
yeah, it's
they
like
normally would do it.
It's almost like they all got sucked into an area and they're just sitting there.
Hello, Terry Christ, Prepping 101.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Bluegrass says it reminds me of the Discovery show Whale Wars. I've never seen that.
Yeah, that was pretty good while it lasted.
Grace Johnson, I'm watching that too, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Grace Johnson, is she going or is she done gone?
She's going, last I heard.
Oh shit! Maybe that's why all them fishing boats are down there.
They're going to use her as bait. Or they are using her for bait and trying to figure out why they ain't catching anything.
Oy.
And on to our main subject, I guess, would be, of course, reporters asked Mr. Potato Head himself this next quarter, are we in a recession? And he said, well, he doesn't think. He says, whatever he said, blah, blah, blah. We're not in one type thing.
Said that we weren't in one.
Yeah.
Look out.
However, his windshield.
And technically, they say if we go to 2 quarters with low numbers, a bunch of different things, but if it's 2 quarters, that counts as a recession.
Okay.
Well, guess what?
I think we're in one.
It's been that much time.
Now that the next thing would be if the next stage would be a depression.
Yep.
And also on another note, was Chinese officials attempted to infiltrate the Fed for over a decade, meaning that they actually got to some of the people in it to give them information and stuff about our finances and stuff for over 10 years.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say nothing on that one. All they gotta do is get up on the internet and look it up.
Well, there's a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Being able to access
Well,
the government monies and stuff.
I ain't trying to give everything away. It ain't what you know, it's who you know, right?
And I came across this and I thought it was really interesting. It was because I was doing some research on how they determine what a recession is and everything. But here's 10 ways to survive a Great Depression, which I think some of these should be just an everyday thing. But number one on the list is grow your own food.
Yep.
Which should be a given. Everybody should be doing that.
Exactly.
Even if it's growing herbs out in your windowsill.
Now, wait a minute. Are you talking about the herb, the type you eat, or the type you smoke?
Well, you can eat both of them, but I'm talking about the cooking ones.
Oh, okay. Dead gum.
And lettuce, stuff like that. Number two, learn how to fish and hunt and forage.
Grenade helps.
Because, if you ain't got money to buy food, you're going to have to get it somewhere. And fishing and hunting and foraging for that stuff is important.
Yeah.
But number three is turn to a barter system if banking system shut down, which has been happening. We all seen that what was happening over in China when they took everybody's money. Now, I also said that because remember, Potato Head said he needed money for our next pandemic. What if he takes our money out of our banks?
I didn't think he had money over there.
No, our money, United States. What if he takes our money?
Right. China took their savings accounts, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think what he's
what
saying.
if this happens here and Bush, Potato Head says, "Hey, I'm taking your guys' money for the pandemic that's coming."
I say don't leave much in there for them to take.
Yeah.
Just
But
leave
don't
enough
go
in
and
there.
take it all out at one time.
No, we can't because we have to pay our bills.
Well, no,
Exactly.
because you'll get flagged if you do.
Oh,
Oh, really?
but it's yours.
Yeah.
Just
It's
leave enough in
it's
there. to pay
IRS
for the
though.
bill.
IRS flag anything over $600 now.
They did still pass that.
Yep.
Now, is that 600 per year, or is
No.
that 600 per visit?
I would say within a week. Every week I'd go in.
Well, I guess we've been flagged.
I'm not telling you to do that though. I'm not an expert, but
Well, when we did certain things, we took, you know what I mean? And we have.
I mean, not isn't it like writing a check or using your card or something?
No, we
I'm
took
talking go to it and take it out.
we took cash.
'Cause they can come back and say, "Hey, what did you take this out for?"
I tell them it's none of their damn business. Now look, I'm being serious and I ain't trying to be funny.
No,
If I was to take it all out and get flagged and they come to my house and they ask me what I take it all out for and I tell them it's none of their business, what can they do to me? It's my damn money.
That's the thing that they did when they passed that. They can actually go through your records and everything and to find out what you did with that money.
well, I mean, you just show them that you have the cash. They don't have the right to take it, right?
I don't know
I'm
nothing
happy
about
I-
that, but I do know they can come to your house or they call you up or send you a letter saying what'd you do with this money type thing.
Hi, Sandra Modi. She had a guest today.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, we go to work, we bust our ass to get that money. By law, it's ours to do what we want with it. But
Right.
You just said that by law, but
Yeah, right.
they changed the law.
They changed.
as soon as it goes into the bank, it is no longer your money.
Oh
It is
no.
their money. But if you go up there and withdraw what you put in, it's your money again.
It still is. It should be. But like he said, it gives them the right now to come and ask you what you did with it.
Yeah.
And I
not
mean,
talking
I'm just
about
going to tell them,
damn
look, it's ours and we're putting it back. It doesn't need to be in the bank. So we take,
Yeah.
I would just be upfront and honest with them.
I tell them I'm 61 years old and I'm wanting somebody to talk to. Because I mean, y'all know me. I'm gonna make a joke out of anything.
Never did I think we would live in a time where we couldn't take a certain amount of money, no matter how much it was, out of the bank without being questioned.
Yeah, that's the thing. You would actually be. Why are you taking your money out?
What do you mean? I
There's videos all the time where somebody has a lot of money. I mean, they like millions or something, and they'll go to the bank and say, "I want to withdraw 200,000." Well, we can't. We don't have that much money on hand because we have to have money to cash checks and all this stuff.
Right.
So banks don't carry money anymore.
No, you have to, if you're going to withdraw a certain amount, I think you're supposed to meet with somebody and have an appointment.
2 weeks ahead of time. You have to.
Right.
That way they can withdraw from the bigger, wherever it comes from.
Well, for a bank that don't have no money, that Wells Fargo sure is carrying in a lot of bags.
Oh, it's enough to go through a week of cash and checks and whatever. Because like if say you're gonna buy a house,
right?
You're gonna write a check and give it to the person. There's no money involved in it. It's just digital.
Okay.
So, like if I say I'm gonna somebody's going to buy my house and they gave me 200,000. That's not worth that much, but $200,000. It's not like I'm going to go cash it. No, you're going to deposit it into your account.
I'm going to deposit it in my backyard. That's my account.
Yeah. And that's
feels weird, doesn't it? It feels weird being questioned in America as Americans, because we've never been through that type of thing before. It just feels yeah.
It's like we're being scolded. We're not being trusted.
Yeah, and it feels like an ankle bracelet that we didn't do anything to get it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Armageddon and Arc Wild Man and Incline.
Okay, number 4 is be as resourceful as possible.
Oh,
like using stuff you find in the trash and stuff to build things.
Yeah.
Dumpster diving.
Yeah.
I do Bigfoot nuts all the time. I find stuff on the side of the road and I bring it home.
That's where you found me.
It's not where I found you.
Okay.
You're about 10 feet from the road.
And Trusting God would love this one. He says, sleep outside during heat waves.
That ain't happening.
Better get a battery operated fan.
I know what they're thinking, because it'll be cooler outside than inside the house, because I was out on my swing at like 3:00 in the morning when we didn't have heat in here because it was too hot. It was cooler outside, because you're all day in, it absorbs all that heat and it can't escape, so it keeps the heat in.
At that point, wouldn't you just open all the windows?
I wish I could. I have an old house.
Oh,
So we don't have screens,
Mm-hmm.
and I have cats.
Yeah.
That
So-
woman didn't put no sugar in the tea.
Which I did. I learned something there. I said, "Well, I need to build screens at least on some windows."
I'm telling you, building screens is no joke. I bought all the stuff that you bend to make the screen. And then you have this little pizza cutter thing with teeth. You might as well just
Oh,
use.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. And you have that little rubber thing that goes all the way around. That is no joke. It took me a long time to get a rhythm going and how to build them. It's not easy. It's not fun at all.
Like,
I've
let
done
me
it.
give you a little bit of advice. When you're using the rubber part, start at a corner about a quarter of an inch down. And your pizza cutter, the one that I have, has got two rollers on it. One of them has got an edge, the other one's got kind of like a groove.
Yeah.
Use the groove. Go all the way down like that. I can do it in one go round.
And don't start at the end.
No.
Start in the middle, and then like this in the corner, and put it in the corner, and go that way.
Yeah.
until you
I'll
come to
start
the
mine
end.
at the end.
It's so much easier if you straighten it out like this, and then start on one side and then go down.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing because I was starting at the end in the corner and trying to go all the way
And
up.
by the time you get back around, that
it
moves. Yeah.
And I wanted to cry.
Y'all cutting y'all's off before you get it finished. I'm not.
No,
No.
you cut it at the end.
Well,
If you
What
stretch
I'm
it out,
saying,
don't even measure it. Stretch it
Right.
out, and then place it in the corner, and then start in that corner, and then roll this way, and then roll this way, until you come to where you butt it up, and then you cut it.
Then you
I'm gonna have to
Because
come up there and show
if you
y'all.
cut first, it's always going to be, you're going to have a gap at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
There's
Next.
I did out in Arizona. I did solar screens. Until I started selling them, because I didn't want nothing to do with building. After you do it for like 3 weeks and 8-10 hours a day, you can't stare at a screen again. I was done. I said I'll sell them, which I made more money selling them.
Well, now I built screen doors, to go up, like in a front door or back door or something like that. But it can't be that much harder to build a screen to go in the window.
So what was the next one after they said sleep outside?
Yeah.
The next one is number 6, strengthen family and community bonds.
Why aren't they doing that now?
Yeah. That kind of should be before that happens.
On any other given day, yeah.
Yeah, it says during the Great Depression, it was uncommon to have grandparents, aunts, uncles, or even cousins living in the same house or a vehicle.
Wait, it was uncommon?
Yes, it wasn't uncommon to have grandparents,
Okay.
aunts, uncles, and
Okay.
cousins living in the same house.
So they all moved in together. That way they could all keep going. That makes sense.
With so many displaced, it was critical to rely on extended family for help.
Well, see, back then they believed in morals and values.
Oh,
to
yeah.
where today they don't give a shit about nobody.
Yeah. I mean, instead of just a mom and dad trying to get, well, back then it was probably 10 kids plus.
Yeah.
They're big families back then. And if you could have grandpa and grandma and uncles and stuff, it was a lot easier to one person go fishing, one go hunting, others go foraging, and then all come together and feed each other.
Yeah, I mean, made sense. And bring your own sleeping bag. Hello, Sniffer. How you doing, sir?
And number 7, be a jack of all trades.
And a master of none.
The following skills will come in handy during periods of hardship:
Yes, it
sewing, knitting, fixing plumbing, home and car repairs, gardening, canning, preserving, sharpening or making tools, butchering, curing meat, metalworking, woodworking, pew smithing,
Right.
cheese and candle making, recognizing wild edibles. And that's just a list they have on this thing.
So the list that they have on this thing is every channel that people have been watching for the past couple.
Pretty much. There's also because they have cheese and candle making. I would add soap making onto that. They did have sewing and knitting.
And you make soap, right?
I haven't yet because it's too.
Okay.
I don't want to do it in the house because
No, I
old
wouldn't.
house and no ventilation.
Yeah.
And I want to do it out in the garage, and it's too hot out there because I'll never end up with a bar of soap. It'll be shampoo.
Right. So wait till like fall or early spring.
Yeah.
Something like that in a ventilated area, especially if you have animals indoors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I got to do tomorrow is I'm going to harvest some herbs and stuff.
Hey.
Then your
Sniffer wants a link.
Let me find it first. There it is.
This is for Sniffer only.
Yeah.
and we're staying on topic, trying to.
There you go.
When your chicks made cheese today.
Oh, did you? Did you make goat cheese?
How cool is that?
I'd love to lay my hands on some good goat cheese.
You need to make some goat cheese fudge.
Now I've seen the things where people make the cheese and then they wax it.
Yeah, I got somebody that's making that right now. Is waxing their cheese. That sounds weird, but
No, I get
it. Again, what's the waxing your cheese for?
Preserving it.
Right.
Yeah, you know when you buy cheese and it's called a cheese wheel and it's all glazed with a big wax, like usually like yellow or red are the popular ones here.
Terry Cross says she's a Jill of all trades. Okay.
There you go.
I trust in God. You're good.
What you need to do is all the video games, just gather them up and burn them right now.
No, video games. That's the same thing. You're saying the same thing that they say about pew-pews.
No, wait a minute. Hold on.
It's not the game.
Right. Okay.
The game doesn't do it.
As long as the game is in the house, they're not going to get out and get a job or nothing like that.
I didn't have any problem with it.
No, I don't have problems.
You may not have.
There's a time to play and a time to work and a time for seriousness and a time to be silly. And kids need to be taught that. And if they don't get taught that, then
exactly, it's the parents to teach them that.
Hey, Sniffer.
I do know that there are parents like, and they start off when I see it all the time when you're in a grocery store. The kids start, oh, here you go, and they shut up.
Yeah, but then they learn that as they get older.
And they learn, I all I can do is scream, and I get Cell phone.
Nut house.
Hey,
Hello,
Nat.
Sniffer.
How's it going?
It looked like you froze up.
Uh-oh.
He's got a slow connection.
Hey, the nut house. One of my favorite nuts. Him and cashew. And wildlife. Jeez.
Hanging in.
Oh, Trust is in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why he showed up? Because we were talking about him.
Because
Of
we're
course.
no, the cheese brought him in.
Oh, was it the cheese?
Yeah, and they made the Vineyard Chicks made buttermilk and what was that?
No, you can keep the buttermilk unless
No, send it my way.
I like soaking my chicken in buttermilk before I
And they made
ready
butter.
to cook it. That's
Tastes
about
good too.
So now, if the young girls can do it, we should be able
Oh
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys make a video of making the cheese today?
Forget the cheese. I want to know about the buttermilk. You done got me
Well,
thirsty
that's a
now.
byproduct of making the cheese, isn't it?
No, making butter.
Oh yeah.
They made butter and buttermilk and cheese.
Sniffer, if you can hear us, wave.
Well, he moved about every 3 minutes. He gets to move about an inch.
So, Bushcraft, 2 minutes ago, U.S. officials say biggest fear has come true as Russia cuts off gas supply to Europe.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, they were already going to do that.
That
Yeah,
means you're going to have to open up the gas line again.
I guess it just happened. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, no,
'cause-
I think that's what somebody else was wanting to tell us.
yeah,
I
that's
wish
they already said they were going to do that, and they've already done it to the countries that border them. Now they're doing it to UK and Germany because Germany's firing up their old coal power places and stuff
Mhm.
because they were in Trump said this is a bad idea for all these countries to give up their power companies or their coal and their nuclear facilities to switch over to gas because it was cheaper because they were getting it from Russia, and something happens and boom, now they're screwed because they have no gas to run their power or heat their places.
Sniffer has your connection down there. I see you moving right much.
Thank you, Crazy, for being a member. I appreciate it.
In and out, in and out. Well, catch the top of the wave when you talk.
Try putting your icon on so you can talk. Maybe that might help.
Just hit the camera button.
Because your camera or video uses up more.
Our lights are dimming on and off.
Whose lights are dimming?
Mine.
Oh, do you have a storm?
Don't look like it. I mean, we're cloudy, but it don't look like we got one coming in. Unless it's coming in due south.
Okay.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We got
Guess
some-
what?
We got it.
Oh, never mind.
It's been hidden. And
I thought they were supposed to get away with those names because they said they were limiting the length of names so you wouldn't have that issue anymore.
Damn, I hate that he dropped out without saying nothing.
yeah, it's something with his connection that kind of stinks.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you have bad connection, it's better to turn your camera off because your video is going to use up most of your connection.
Yeah, or if you have internet without Wi-Fi, turn your Wi-Fi off.
Yeah. Okay, let's go continue on. We're on number 8. And this is a good one because this is what a lot of us are doing. Stock up on supplies.
Oh, yeah.
Which nowadays is called prepping.
I know.
During the Great Depression, housewives could be judged by how many jars they had put up during harvest season. So evidently, if you didn't have that much, you weren't much of a housewife, I guess.
So I guess I need to get on weighing Big Bertha out there in the garden. I'm naming that tomato Big Bertha.
When things go awry, you can bet that items will be flying off the shelves at local stores. Don't wait until then to stock up on essentials or to start canning and drying up your food. Make sure you have enough stored up to last several months or even years at the least.
I'm getting a lot of flack on something. They're saying when you can stuff now, it's only good for 18 months.
No.
When I started, they were saying it lasted, 5 years, 10 years, whatever.
No. Okay. We did. Jeff, you were there.
Yeah, the lids say 12 months. Now they say 18.
You forget already that was Friday when you were up on Fennel too.
Well, and I know that, but it's not just yours or Lakes. I mean, hell, I listen to different channels. Okay, all of them are starting to say the same thing.
Well,
it's only good 18 months.
Well, the thing is, it used to be 12 months.
Right.
That's how much they would guarantee it. That's them guaranteeing how much you could can it in. But that's not saying how much it actually works. Now they've upped it to 18 months now.
Right.
Which they used to not have that big orange bar up there says last up to 18 months. And that's what got me. I said, I've never seen that on there before. But I've always known that they last 5-6 years or longer.
So the way
things don't pop, they're good.
Yeah.
The way that things have been going, people just automatically took that as like a bad thing.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Wait a minute, I've never seen that before.
Right.
Why did they start putting expiration dates on there?
Yeah.
And that's when I was asking TJ all this, and she said it used to be 12 months.
Right.
Yeah.
And I went and looked at my old, because I have some.
And they say 12 months.
That doesn't have that orange bar across there. But on the bottom of the case, it says last up to 12 months. Yeah. And I'm like, I never seen that before.
So there's going to be quite a few people that's going to think, well, we got to use this up in 12 months.
Well, 18.
I mean, well, that's how they're looking at it. It's not being what you call explained to them. If they're not a canner, okay, that's what I was trying to get at right there. If they're not a canner and they're canning for the first time and see that, well, it only lasts up to 18 months now, so we've got to use it. They don't
Yeah.
know if the seal has not been popped. It's still good.
Well,
3 to 5
that's
years.
the same thing on a can of corn at the store.
Right.
The expiration says what, 2 years,
2
but
years.
it can last up to 10 years
Right.
Right.
as long as the can hasn't been in heat or
If the can's good, it
dented.
smells good, and it tastes good, then it's probably good.
Yeah.
I've got to start explaining myself a little bit better. Next.
Are we at number 9?
Yeah, let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. Number 9. Don't rely on credit or loans. And that should be pretty much
Self-explanatory.
unless you're buying a house now, if you can get away with just buying it outright. Like if I found a place and then sold this, that money would dump right in there so I could pay it off as soon as possible.
Right.
God, I wish I had a voice calculator.
Yeah, too many of us rely on credit cards and loans from the bank to make big ticket purchases. However, during the Depression, many people had to buy their own cars and homes in one lump sum since they couldn't rely on banks to give them a loan.
Because the banks didn't have it either, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
To do this, they would live with family members and save money whenever they could to do it all in one lump. And that's where that other rely on family members and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now, when I was coming up, my mother explained something to me. When you saw a house full of people, what they would do is they would buy everybody would chip in and buy a car for a family. And then they would chip in until everybody got a car. And then they would work on the house like that. And I'm thinking to myself, man, they stupid. The first house, I wouldn't help. And Mama said, no, that ain't the way they worked like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to come back to that.
Well, it's kind of like, these Chinese restaurants and stuff, they usually have a family that comes over, part of the family, I should say, and they'll work in this restaurant until they can afford enough money to bring another family member over.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep bringing them all over until they bring the whole family, and then all of a sudden the Chinese restaurant is no more. They already brought everybody over.
Yeah, they make their million, and then they send another over. They make their million. But yeah, like you said, then the restaurant just goes out of business.
Yeah.
Here, most of them were born and raised, or they came over a long time ago. So here they have like a what you would call like a mom and pop shop where they shop at our grocery stores. Like you see them in there shopping just like we do, but it's for their restaurant, and it's so good. It doesn't have like all the MSG come out of bucket stuff, right?
Exactly.
And that's the thing. They don't go to the big major cities.
No,
they go to the smaller cities to do these restaurants.
Right. And
then they can go to the bigger cities because they have all that money plus all their family over.
We ain't got nothing like that hardly in my town. Where they at?
We do here. There's the same woman we've been seeing for years and years and years. Yeah. And they live here for good. Like they have families that the kids all go to school, and
And there's a difference between how they do that and say somebody that runs over the river and then gets on welfare and
there's girls here right now in a place called Lake George, New York, and what they do is they come over from Romania and Ukraine. Now there's girls right here in Lake George, New York, who are from Ukraine who cannot go home. They're stuck here now, but what they do is they normally come because last time I worked, there was a girl I worked with from Romania who would come every year, and her dad only made 70 cents an hour compared to her coming here and making like $15 an hour.
Yeah.
So, but they do that. They come here, they work for a spring and summer, and then they go back home. Now they're stuck here.
Yeah.
And they're in fear and worried about their family. But at least they have a job in a safe place.
Yeah.
And,
better than some of them.
yeah.
There's some countries over there that are pushing them away now because there's too many of them coming into their country.
Right.
Yeah.
Al Bundy, don't trust them farmer markets.
Why? We have great farmers markets here.
Well, I don't know about up there where y'all live, but down here, they've done a survey. A lot of the farmer markets down here, the supermarket supplies them. And what you think are homegrown or not.
Oh, no, this is all here. It's all like local fruit.
Yeah, there are those. I'll put it this way: they get food stamps and they go buy a bunch of food or a bunch of vegetables, produce, and stuff from Walmart, and then they come and they set up on the side of the road and sell it as homegrown.
Exactly.
But you should be able to tell the difference between it.
Yeah, you should.
But I mean,
and we see the same person that does this every year, and they, instead of using the money or their food stamps for food, they use it for money to buy
diesel to go back in their farming
bad
equipment
stuff
and so
that
forth.
they put in their bodies. I'll put it that way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and nothing done to these people, but they keep doing it every year.
Mm.
Lisa, I'm not saying all of them does it.
Yeah, if you've never grown anything or something, you probably get tricked that way. But if you've grown, and if you hold a homegrown tomato and a store-bought tomato and look at them or smell them, you smell the difference.
They smell different.
Yeah,
and they taste so much better.
They do.
Here we go. Number 10. This is probably good for everything, I guess.
Okay.
Remain positive. Which sometimes it's quite hard. Aside from relying on barter system, growing your own food, and learning to hunt and salvage, there's a great deal of mental resilience needed to survive tough events like the Great Depression or Great Depression.
I literally think that's coming back. I really do. And
well,
it's going
they've already said it is, but they've predicted it's going to be here 2030.
Think about it.
And
didn't it happen in 1932?
Well, 32.
I'm thinking. Ask Bigfoot. He ought to remember.
It was right before the war, World War II, because that's what got us out of it.
Yeah.
Well,
my daddy was born.
That, but
I'm thinking it was either 31 or 32 because my father was born in 30, and he said he was raised up in the Great Depression.
Well,
my
Great Depression is 10 years, isn't it?
That's about how long it was.
I think that's, and they say a recession is two terms or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Quarters, 2 quarters. So it would be 2 years.
Y'all be careful about bacon bits. When somebody in chat last night said, Well, now if I see somebody eating bacon bits, do I go woof woof at them?
It, did you hear about the bacon bits?
No.
Oh no.
Have you been eating bacon bits lately?
The only bacon bits that we eat is actual real bacon.
Oh, okay.
We don't eat the hard imitation kind.
They are subs.
Though, as a kid, I
They
used
are,
to take that cheese spread and put
yeah.
bacon bits on it and fold over the bread, and that was like a sandwich at camp. But no,
Well,
I don't eat hard bacon bits anymore.
go
Well,
ahead. Go ahead, Jeff. Tell her
they're
about this.
saying the bacon bits that you buy in stores now are
Mhm.
being substituted with woof woof food.
Dog food.
I don't know about all that.
Uh,
That's not allowed here.
yeah, it may not be allowed, but I just about bet you it's being done.
I didn't even
I-
think it was real bacon. I thought it's imitation bacon bits. It's not even real bacon.
Oh yeah.
Bacos and bacon bits, they're not even real. It's imitation bacon.
They're using bacon bits instead of bacon bits.
No, but it's not even meat. It's not meat at all. It's like dried out something else, like flavored in bacon.
There was another video that I caught a glimpse of today. They're adding. Yeah, I'll tell y'all about this in the back room.
I ain't gonna
I haven't made him dinner. We're fending for ourselves tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's after 7 and the girls ate, but we haven't eaten.
Bigfoot, time to get in there and show off your cake skills
Oh
tonight.
no, he can cook. The other night he made soup, and I think tonight he's actually wanting. What is it? You said you wanted. He actually said he wanted Chef Boyardee.
Really?
Yeah, it's just sometimes it's good.
And you usually
Just
come
like a
from hot top
PB&J.
pan, so.
Yeah. Well,
It's like a PB&J sandwich.
I do a lot of cooking, and just sometimes I don't want to.
Okay. Now, the last thing I want to talk to wasn't part of the recession and all that stuff, but Blake posted a video today talking a little bit about some interesting stuff that's coming about. And what's the word? It's loose.
Luciferian
Yeah, that thing.
assay. So it's Luciferian assay. Yeah, ASSAY. Yeah.
Yeah, and basically what this is it's a way to illuminate cells where they can actually program your cells to. And I've got a mouthy cat in here.
Mhm.
Basically, there's two stages to this. They were having a like a meeting, trying to determine how the best way to give juice. You know, the things that they put in your arms for the thing that happened, and for people who didn't want to take it, and they came up with the system, and it's mimicked from snakes. It's actual. It's very small, smaller than a stamp, and it has a bunch of micro needles in it. And basically, it's a sticker that they can put on your arm, and once it goes into your skin that you don't feel, the needles turn to liquid. And also, they put in that Lucifer thing. That way. There's two different ways for this to work. Say that you didn't want to take the juice, so they put the sticker on you, and then somewhere down the line, you walk through a scanning area, and it scans your arm, and if you have the sickness, it would show up in a patch or a barcode on your arm and would say this person has the sickness thing or whatever it could be, the monkey thing or the chicken or the cow or whatever it is now. And the other way is for them to put the actual juice inside these little stickers. And they came up with like 4 or 5 different ways of putting this juice in you. One of them was the scary bit was, when you go to the store or a banana or an apple and there's stickers on there. Well, they have it to where they can, when you pull the sticker off, it's going to stick in your skin. You won't feel it. And then it's going to give you that juice. And this is some of the stuff that they're talking about. And one of the people that were in this group was the hoo-hoo guy, one of the head guys of the hoo-hoo.
And they're doing this right now in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty
And that's some freaky stuff.
Yeah. It doesn't seem very right because
No.
well, wait a minute. I didn't want that. Yeah.
And you and Jeff said earlier today when we were talking about it, he said, well, until everybody finds out they did this, and then there's going to be hell to pay. Wrong. Potato Head signed us up for the who.
Yep.
That way I don't say one. And they have the right to do this without your permission. As long as there is a pandemic or something like an emergency crisis of that nature, they're allowed to force that kind of stuff on you.
They have say.
Yeah. And that's scary.
It's very concerning.
Mm-hmm.
It's very concerning.
All you need, you can have an app on your phone, and you scan somebody's whatever, and if it'll show up a barcode, and they scan the barcode and say, "Oh, this person's had it. You're good to go."
And also, if they aren't clear and they do have it, it's supposed to show like kind of a glow pattern.
Yeah.
To like, yeah.
Well, they got it programmed to where it can be an X.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They can program the cells to do what they want in somebody's body. That's what's.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was like last year I was looking this up about plants, and I giggled, and it was naughty.
Yeah.
I laughed because it was like sometimes when I get nervous about things, I'll giggle about it and make jokes. But I was like, well, what if they do this to us?
Yeah.
And now I feel like dun dun dun.
I've got this video, but I can't play it because I won't be here anymore, but I'm going to try to put it on Rumble, and then I'll post a link.
That's a good idea. I've seen my video. It's concerning. It's they show everything he just talked about.
Yeah.
But
I'll show it.
No,
no.
You'll get taken down.
Don't.
Well, I don't have as many followers as y'all do.
Yeah, but you won't have any anymore because you won't have a channel. You'll have to start over again.
Right. You can't. Yeah. No.
That's why I said I'll put it on Rumble and hopefully can share it there. Oh, never mind. They took my green okay away. I must have said something bad.
What?
I just looked because I keep my stream so I can see if the check goes okay or yellow, and I got a yellow already.
They do that to us too, and then sometimes later it'll turn green after the strain.
Well, that's the first time in like 3 weeks that I've got a yellow.
God, bring back the good old days when we had bicycles and mud pies and
Yeah,
telephone
you
exchange.
hardly see any kids riding bicycles. It's if you see somebody riding a bicycle, it's somebody that's like 19 to 28 years old riding a bicycle because they can't get a license.
I saw on Facebook apps where they sell stuff. It was a bicycle for sale. It looked like it was what, a $1,200 bicycle they was trying to sell for $50. And I'm thinking, my God, has it gotten that bad?
If you all could go over and smash that like button real quick to give Bushcraft's channel and this video a nice good old Hulk smash on that like button, it may help.
Oh, and you got your link handy, by the way, for your video?
What?
Your video you put out today.
I linked you in it because it came.
No, I mean link it here.
Oh, you want me to link?
Yeah, so everybody can go there because we kind of went over a little bit.
That's all right. It ain't the first time.
No.
Yeah, but that whole thing that we were just talking about, though, like even though I talked about it 11 months ago, that link still you found it and it came from you, so I tagged it.
And I thought it was something phony because why would somebody name Lucifer in a thing?
Well, that's the thing. It's called the Luciferian Reporter Essay. So what that is Lucifer, meaning light bearer, and then Luciferian. They've been doing this for a long time. This illuminescence and other things. They've been using it to do other scientific studies.
Yeah, but not program it.
No,
that's what's really freaky.
Well, and then the thing is too, like just
program the plants even to turn on and turn off.
Well, just over the weekend, I put out another video talking about the DNA targeting, and it's people think that it's not just that 23 and me, is that what it's called? Yeah. And it's all over the news.
Mm-hmm.
But why?
Yeah. This was on the X-Files, I know, but they put things into bees because bees will pollinate things, and they basically gave everybody they changed their DNA, these bees, because they would go out and pollinate and everybody get their food or corn or whatever it was, and you had to have a certain it's all alien and stuff like that, but that's how they spread things like that. It seems like X-Files knew something.
In the show The X-Files. I must have missed that episode.
Oh, it's not that's the whole basis of the whole show, the whole thing.
Oh.
An alien race came down and they're mingled in between us, and that's their way of taking over the world. Basically, they're all going to have this gene in them, or in humans, and they do a button or something, or it wipes us all out. And only certain people have the antidote to this, and that's where the smoking guy and all that stuff came about. At first, you don't hear about this until you start getting to the movie part, but they evidently knew something.
Yeah,
and it was all about the DNA because they could change the DNA and add stuff to the DNA. That was a ticking time bomb, basically.
They was trying to wake people up without telling nobody.
Maybe.
It's kind of funny. You go back into the late 70s, 80s, and 90s, you watch movies like that compared to now and how damn pinpoint on they were, and we never realized it. It's like 101 said, they slapping us in the face with it and we don't realize it.
Yeah, it's all science fiction.
Yeah.
Well, can I get off the ride now? I don't want to.
Yeah. The movie's over. We'll go back to the regular life.
Yeah. I mean, or like, can we pause it for a little while and fast forward? I don't know.
Can we erase it and go back to when we were 9 and 10?
And what if that's why there isn't, you don't see as many bees anymore? It's because they screwed something up and killed a bunch of them when they were trying to do stuff like this.
It's weird because we had a lot of bees in the beginning of gardening season, and then all of a sudden, like, we don't have as many as we started off with this year, which is kind of strange.
And that's the scary part. It's nothing you can see.
Now,
scientists are doing this stuff so small that the mRNA or whatever that's called.
mRNA, yeah.
Yeah, that they change your DNA.
BINGO. Sorry,
now,
that's
scary stuff.
It is.
And the more I kept digging into this thing, and like, holy crap! And it's not like it's some nut job on the corner telling you all this stuff. It's major universities and companies that do all this stuff, and they have government contracts to do it.
Now, question. Terry Christ in chat says, Newsmax says lawmakers warn our enemies may weaponize your DNA. How would, maybe y'all told me quite a few times, but what's the point of it?
Say there's 1,000 people on the battlefield right now, and you send out a scentless gas, and then everybody drops because something in your DNA can't, or they can even push a button and do it, and everybody drops. Who wins the war? The last one standing.
So in other words, we're going to be like,
or could be. I'm not saying that's what's happening or anything like that. But they've already can program somebody's DNA to do. They're already wanting to do that. Babies before they're born get their DNA and see if this person's going to have Down syndrome or something. We could change that now before they're in their DNA.
Now I have heard that.
Some may think that's good, but that's what they call playing God.
Well, now when I first heard it, I thought, they done come up with a cure. And after thinking about it, I thought, no, let it slide for a little while and see what's happening with it.
Yeah.
Like you said, EMS or Alzheimer's or something like that, they can cure that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we have a friend who has been, like 21 years now? She can't feel anything from the neck down. From us. And there's people who can't see, and now they can see, and now they can, people can move.
Right.
But these good things that are meant for this? Were they meant for this, or were they meant for something else? It's like every time they put something good out, they are also using it on the other hand, and that's not right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, see, what gets me
that's
as
where
long
the
as
super soldiers thing comes in.
as long as it's been out, the MS, the Alzheimer's and everything, why are they just now coming up with the cure for all this stuff?
Well,
They
I
can't-
don't know
money.
I don't know how to say this, but like what you were talking about, super soldiers, a couple of years ago, this certain big sea country has those super soldiers. They were bragging about it. Do you remember?
China.
That's cute, Bushcraft. I ain't gonna say it
I
on your
didn't say it.
Okay. Well, and what they did is they took different things that they changed them so they don't feel pain like they used. That is so weird.
Yeah.
Sniffer's back.
Hi,
Hey,
Snip.
Sniffer.
Hey, Miss Kicking It. How you feeling?
But I mean,
Now, my son, who is 41 years old, he'll be 42 in a couple of months. Okay. He was, ninth or 10th grade. He had a guy come to his school to give a speech. And he said, "Trust me, if you've seen it in the movies, it's been done." And my son told me that guy said at that time they had a plane
that could go so fast that it would go from United States to Russia in something like an hour. And that was unheard of back then.
Well, technically, you can walk it in less than 5 minutes. If you, because there's only a little piece of ice that separates Russia from the United States.
Correct.
I know what you're saying though, but you can walk it in less than 10 minutes. Well, if you're in one spot, yeah. But
well, he said in a plane, and he said the Mach, like we're used to hearing Mach 5. I don't know what the Mach is. He said that's slow compared to these planes. And when he told me that got me to thinking about all these UFO sightings that they've been having back in Arizona or wherever 13 is, doing experiments. And then years later, they had aircrafts, the way the people described them being. And I think we used the first one back in Iraq. I reckon it was back then.
The stealth
Yes.
B5s or something like that.
Something like that. And then it started making a little bit of sense. Back then,
I thought they were UFOs.
Right. I say back then, I wasn't into it back then like I am now. But
me sitting here today, in my mind, I'm going back 20, 30 years. And it's not all at one time, it's bits and pieces. Shit is really starting to add up till today.
Yeah, remember Clint Eastwood made a movie about was it Firefox? Something like that. I can't remember what it was, but he stole an airplane from Russia that he could control with his mind.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that movie. It was years ago.
And everybody thought, oh, that's ridiculous and everything. And we already had that, though. We were using helicopters that had that technology. A10.
Typhoon.
Well, now, which helicopter was it? Which helicopter is it that we have the where when you move your head, the machine
That's
moves in
the
the
Apache.
same direction? Okay,
Apache.
think about it. Before that, it was bullshit. Sniffer, hello, sir.
Kicking it in Mindy's place.
Hello, I'm back.
Hey, there you are.
Sniffer.
Hot dog.
I'm back. Yes, sir. I'm right here.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Hi, Sniffer.
Yeah, what's up there, old girl?
Okay.
I had a problem with the computer. I had to turn it off and turn it on because I wasn't on it for quite a while.
I'm gonna mute myself and maybe hear a little.
I think
What's
Jeff
up, Tan?
has to fart. Oh, there he went again.
His internet's really wonky, huh?
Yeah,
Oh
his
no.
device is not connecting.
That stinks.
Well, you got to say hi for a couple of minutes.
Bushcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Al Bundy is complimenting you on your monkey.
No. I forgot to remove that. I ended up leaving it on there for a couple of videos because Lake forgot the dance, and I put it up on stream so she could copy it because she did the dance in
Dollar General.
Dollar General. Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually going to go back there today, but I decided not to. And it's not
I'll be back in a minute.
because
How you doing, Tim?
Well, I'm trying to figure out the new definition of recession because apparently, yeah. So I was gonna ask everybody in the audience what's your new definition of this recession?
Well,
We're
they
screwed. I
say
don't like it.
if numbers are down, mean inflation in 2 quarters. If it's the second quarter is coming up, and that's why they asked Biden if the numbers are bad, does that count as a recession? And he said, well, we're not in a recession.
So let's think
in
of
his
some
words.
names for it.
But if things keep going the way they are into this next quarter, then we absolutely are.
Oh,
we don't need to ask him whether we are or not.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's
no
people
name for it.
struggling. If there's people struggling now, how are they going to fare in a couple months?
Yeah.
What, 10? Sorry.
Well, we need to think of a new name, I guess, because that's part of this new, thing, we got to reinvent everything, people. Okay, so let's come up with some words for recession. New words like we're screwed. I don't like this shit. Impeach 45 or 46. Is it 46?
Oh, they already did. They already impeached 45.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So impeach 46.
Which surprised me. Nobody's saying that.
Got to think up with some new names.
Build
back better.
And they sent out. They released another bit of oil again.
Yeah.
I don't know where it went now. I just know they sold it, and I'm assuming they sold it the same company, which would be
Angina.
Yeah. Well, and Hunter Biden, because that's who founded the company.
Oh yeah. Should have paid your baby mama.
Flashback 1928 kicking that says.
This is so weird. And we're gonna be eating Biden stew soon.
Grace.
We're gonna have to come up with new Biden stew. So instead of hot dogs, it's most likely gonna be spam. Just mention it, Bigfoot. Sorry.
Potato soup without the ham.
Grace Johnson has a good word called stagnation.
Brandon
Nation. Got to put the potato in it. He's the one that caused it.
Potato stagnation. That's a good one.
We're French fried for sure.
And Phil R says you're funny, Tim.
Or we're China fried or Aunt Jenna fried.
What?
Yeah, I just don't understand how they want, everything's got to be renamed, rebranded, and taking it to the point that now we're going to rebrand the word recession and depression.
Well, we would have to come up with abbreviations for it. So we have to have like 15 letters. How we're broke as hell and food costs too much. Gas is expensive. They don't pay us enough.
Hashtag sandwich with no ham in the middle.
Well, everybody else has these groups. I can't say them online, but we have to come up with our own abbreviation.
That's okay. I love creativity here. Yeah.
Well, Bushcraft, I have an off-topic question for you. Big Bertha. So how squishy should I let it get? Like, it's not squishy, it's still firm, but yeah, I can it's got some.
Watch around the where the stem is.
Uh-huh.
And if it starts splitting, then take it off.
Okay, so I don't
once it starts splitting open, that's when the bugs will get in there.
All right. So I should let this Big Bertha go until she splits or not split.
Well, before it
So
who's Big Bertha?
well, I'm actually thinking about going out and getting Big Bertha and maybe weighing her.
What is Big Bertha? Is Big Bertha something we can't say?
No. Hold on. Okay. I got my scale on the counter, which is a little dusty because I use it as like a decor thing, and I put a tissue box on it. And then I go out to the garden, and I'm going to go check on Big Bertha.
I was fixing to say you can weigh it without taking it off of the vine.
What the hell are we weighing? And who is Bertha? Is Bertha a new code word for recession?
This is Big Bertha.
Oh.
Isn't she beautiful?
Oh, that is a beautiful tomato.
Yeah.
Now be careful. You better hide that because female might want to come
There's
and get
another
it.
Bertha. There's a little Bertha.
Oh, baby Bertha.
She gave birth.
But you better hide them because, those female people, they might want to come and get them.
Let me see if we can't get it off the vine.
They may die.
They may try to quarantine it because it looks so good and say that it's got some kind of tomato pox and it's all new and that they got to quarantine it and they'll take it from you. They'll take it from you.
They will die of lead poisoning.
That's a beautiful slicer.
That's
That's
perfect.
about a pound and a half, 2 pounds.
That's a tomato sandwich right there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, a
Salt,
BLT.
Yeah, so I think we're going to bring these two in, but we're definitely going to weigh Bertha.
You forgot your scale.
The scale's in the house.
Oh, I thought you brought it with you.
No.
I do too.
Have scale, will travel. That sounds like a dope dealer like Hunter Biden. Just saying. He's kind of partial to those scales too. Sorry. Aren't you glad I came up on the live stream? Sorry.
My fingers smell so good. Those leaves.
Oh, I know.
I just love it.
They
Okay,
smell like
so
pot plants. I love
we
it.
got Big Bertha. Take a whiff.
You know, the cannabis plant is a cousin to the tomato plant. Just saying. Just saying. Okay.
All right.
Bill says it's an apple. Don't assume.
All right. So here's the little one that was next to it, but it's not like little, but this is Big Bertha. This is the biggest one we've had this year. Okay.
And again, let's clarify. This is a tomato, not an apple. We have no tomato racism. No tomato racism.
Can you see that?
No.
Is it almost a pound?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure if that was the dial or not.
That's 3/4 of a pound.
See, now, if it left it on there for another week, you would have had a pound.
Then it would have split, wouldn't it?
Go stick it back on there.
No, that's pretty soft.
Super glue it back on.
Look.
It would have started splitting more. See how it was already
Oh, yeah, it's already splitting.
Yeah.
It would have got mushy.
If you lick where the stem was, and you can stick it back on.
No, you can't. You can't. You think you can do these things, Nemo, but you can't.
You know,
That's 3/4 of a pound. Woohoo!
I wonder how many people would have really tried that.
That's a big mater.
That's nice. That's a nice slicer.
Yeah.
Are you sure you wasn't raised in the South Lake?
I'm positive I wasn't. My mom swears I'm from the South, but she had me and she knows me and she still questions that. This is that smaller one that was right next to it, and that's nice and squishy too.
That's about 1/8 of a pound.
That's one you take outside with a salt shaker.
Yeah.
Just eat it.
In 5 years, when we have no food but we got internet, we're gonna replay this and we're gonna be licking our lips and going, remember back in the day, 5 years ago, Lake Ferry and her 3/4 pound mater. Yeah.
3/4 of a pound. That's pretty good.
I would make a BLT, but leave out the L.
I put it on and add some avocado to go California style. Yeah, West Coast.
Yeah, I was gonna have a BLT today, but I didn't feel like going upstairs to get the lettuce.
I didn't feel like going upstairs.
No, I was hungry. And I was like, I already have the bacon on there, and I already had the tomato, and I was like, screw it. And I just put the bread on top and ate it.
How many times I have done that?
Well, and everybody's wondering why upstairs is where I have my grow room, where I have my grow lights and stuff up there.
Be careful now.
Well, it's for tomatoes. His tomatoes got so big that, right? They got really big. Didn't you do like what I did? Is we had to put them in the windowsills?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
and it's a dwarf tomato. It's evidently supposed to be dwarf, but it grew up the window and then back down, and it's actually vining like all over the place.
So it's an indeterminate then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to know how many people is stringing up green beans, letting them dry out. Nobody?
What do you mean for seeds?
No.
Oh.
To cook later on down the road.
Oh.
You string up green beans like you do popcorn on a tree, and you let them dry out.
Well, you're supposed to let the green bean pod grow and until and then you harvest your seeds, right?
Yeah.
That's
I ain't doing the harvesting seeds.
I see a lot of people doing that, and they'll get something right, and you like cucumbers. You would
have to bring that up.
you don't harvest cucumbers for seeds. when they're green like a normal one. You wait until it turns
Right.
yellow, because that's when it starts getting mushy. I had one up on my porch, and I accidentally last year, and I had it up on my porch, and it got knocked down, and I didn't realize it, and I stepped on it, and it went. And now I have cucumbers growing in my yard, which I'm going to try to let them grow, because I like those, because those ones were pickle cucumbers, pickling ones. The ones I grew this year are straight 8s.
Also, Linda, I'll tear up some vegetables now. Don't get me wrong. And Sandra Moody knowed exactly what I was talking about.
What is this leather britches stuff?
Bluegrass sweetheart.
That's the green beans.
That's dried out green beans.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pull it up on the internet. They'll show you how to do the leather britches. And you talking about good too.
Really?
Yeah.
I like my green beans in olive oil with garlic, salt, and pepper in a cast iron frying pan. Let those babies cook. Those are good.
You can do that with leather britches.
You can?
Yes. Like I said, I have to pull it up on YouTube. How to cook leather britches. And there
Make
make
sure you spell it right, because you're going to come up with something you don't want to see.
I'm really not going to look up leather britches online. No thanks.
No.
You're gonna get us some buttless
Appalachian.
pop pictures from the Seattle Pride Parade from June. Just saying.
Screw them. Appalachian with Pietra. She'll show you how to cook leather britches.
Okay, I know who she is. I'll
That's what I said. Make sure you spell it right, or you'll end up with something you don't want to see.
Yeah.
I gotta try that. I asked the wife about a week ago. I said, we need a maid. She looked at me. She said, really? I said, yeah, I wonder if we got any topless maids around here. She said, oh, hell no.
Yeah. I had, before I turned it, I had tomatoes grown out of my
Yin yang.
yin yang. No.
Woo woo.
He doesn't have to worry because he wears a mask over that, okay?
My woo woo or yin yang don't have no mask.
Okay, now it got weird quiet.
Yeah, I
Go
would
ahead,
say
Bushcraft.
tomato and onion and garlic probably top 3 up there too. I don't know. Cucumbers, there's squash. Even though I didn't grow squash, I grew eggplants this year. So.
We got the eggplant. Actually, I think that Thai eggplant's probably ready, because they don't grow as fat and as long. They grow long, just not as fat.
I like those better.
Al Monday, I'll tear them pickle beets up any day of the week.
Yeah, the neighbor came over and said, "What the hell are these things?" He never seen an eggplant before, I guess. I said, "That's eggplant." Really? You grow that? I said, this year, yeah.
I got napkins half off today.
You got what?
Napkins half off.
Oh.
I'm like, they're patriotic. They're always in style.
No, I had her to say it again because I like the way she said napkins.
They're napkins.
For somebody who was born and raised up north, you sound more Southern than any one person I have ever seen.
Well, we don't We don't live in New York. We live in New York.
I know that.
Thanks
For
for asking,
years,
Linda. My mom gave me that. Isn't that cute?
Jeff, you in trouble again?
Grace. I don't know, Grace. How much trouble am I in this go round?
Mrs. Bear is going to get the fly swatter.
Forget the fly swatter.
Forget the.
She grabbed that leather strap. Oh boy.
Are you making a tomato sandwich?
I have to. I have to. Oh, I found a big thing of mayo today for like $6, which I was on sale. Which this was like, I've been getting them for like eight something. So that was. It's pretty sad when you're excited that the big mayo is $6 something.
Yeah, I ran out of that good avocado.
What are you talking about? Like a gallon bucket, a jar?
Probably close to one. Probably half or 3/4 gallon.
Now, I know down here we got them in like
jars.
the half gallon and a gallon down here.
For the mayo?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have them in glass jars for a gallon. But I haven't seen one of them in a long time.
I'd love to have some glass gallon jars.
This one,
they got them in Walmart, but it's that icky Miracle Whip.
This one's
sorry for people who like Miracle Whip.
Oh, I hate Miracle Whip. I didn't even know mayonnaise was real until I got older because I grew up in a Miracle Whip family.
So Bigfoot tried a mayonnaise and tomato sandwich with salt and pepper. He tried the bread. Tried toast. Toast is good, but he just couldn't. He couldn't do it, and he wants to like it, but he only eats tomatoes cooked. But I made stuffed tomatoes last night, and he loved them.
Oh yeah, those.
Blake, y'all see what Bluegrass just posted? It said it's all that talking with TJ she does. That's Southern slang.
Rubs off.
Oh yeah, maybe a little bit.
No, my mom has always asked me where I came from, even when I was little. She doesn't know where she got me, she said.
I've heard
maybe the babies were switched.
A couple times you got off the phone with TJ and you were y'all.
I always say y'all.
No, not like that.
Not the way she does. Yes. If we do pick up from each other, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. Northern people don't talk like that.
They do.
Well, they have it pretty good.
I need to go out more and put more people from up here on the internet. I'm not cutting Big Bertha. I'm going to cut the small one because I want to do a video weighing Big Bertha too. But you saw it here first.
No, my mayonnaise
was tomato exclusive.
My mayonnaise choice is Duke's mayonnaise.
That's too much like Miracle Whip.
No, it ain't. No.
I've had it. They sell it up here too.
They changed the ingredients from here to there. Then.
Yeah, I like Hellman's. The other kind I like though, it comes from Misfit Markets. It's nothing but eggs, spices, and avocado oil. Nothing else in there.
In the green jar lid.
Hey, we got full money in the chat.
I'm not sure.
That's
I am in trouble.
Got a green.
Hey, Monty.
Fresh basil. Gotta have
What you need to do is dehydrate slices of tomato and put spices on it. That way, at nighttime, you can have something for a snack, and it be healthy.
Sun-dried.
Well, it's not healthy if it's not dehydrated.
That's right. That's right.
Oh no!
You know what? I
What's
want
wrong all these years?
all that purple kale we have out there growing. I want to try the kale chips. I have never made kale chips.
Oh, they're good.
They're
I did a video, and I didn't think it would taste that good, and I ate one. I'm like, oh, that tastes
You're
good.
gonna have to go find your video because I mean, there's recipes up the yin yang.
Yeah, it's just olive oil and then spices and shake it in the bag or something.
Yeah. Okay.
And you just now saying something? Full
Well,
Monty says he's been here from the beginning.
No,
We've
he
been,
was,
yeah, he was here. I seen him earlier.
he was in here
Oh.
earlier when Trust was in here.
Huh.
Yeah.
well, then he wasn't here from the beginning. Meh.
But we need to hurry up with this
Oh,
live
shit.
because
Yeah.
somebody's going live in a couple minutes. If he hasn't already, let me get his link real quick.
Yeah, and I haven't had my dinner yet.
Yeah, I know.
Have you noticed we have
keep
done
going.
teased him so much that he is going live at 10 minutes after 9 here lately?
Yep.
Yep, that's good.
Yeah, people will catch him.
Keep him on schedule.
Well, and thanks for letting me come up on the panel, Bushcraft. I just want to make sure I wasn't
Oh,
chopped up.
crap. I almost posted his link in his stream.
Like,
Mhm.
that's torture. You know that, right? Now I'm gonna have to go make one.
Well, you got maters growing, right?
I've already had
Yeah.
2 today.
I got them on the counter, and the wife done got some sliced up.
I made pizza today on tortillas, and I made homemade sauce from the tomatoes, our oregano that we grow, and the basil and parsley.
Hmm.
Hi, Cookie.
Here, over here. He's not the one that likes to record himself.
Mm-mm.
Look over here. Oh,
Give me
Yeah.
a
Sandra Moody wants to know what type of chips did you say? Cow chips, COW.
kale.
kale. Yeah. You see my new icon up there in the top there?
Can't see it.
Oh,
It's a bear.
top
Yeah.
right.
It's
You
me
barely
right,
can't see
right
it.
in the bear.
That background is what's killing it.
Yeah.
Plug in my laptop because I'm not like red.
Yeah. Change that background to white or something like that. That black background's killing it.
Well, put your camera on.
It is on.
No,
No, it's not. You got
Oh,
your
my
icon
goodness.
on.
yeah, when you're up there, it's because
It's on. See?
now you can see it better.
Yeah.
Now,
Hmm.
actually, do you know how to take me and go like this?
Yeah. I don't even know how to do that. Yeah, like that. Good. Thank you.
I like it. Where'd he go?
I had to do it.
Are you kidding me? Really?
So I come home from grocery shopping today, and this is still on Bigfoot's desk. However, all over the dining room, this computer fish room, and into the living room, there's all these sticks on the floor.
Wonder where they came from.
Late.
I counted 9 sticks. Danielle got 9 lollipops.
Like,
Yes.
what you do is take one of his lollipops and run it up underneath the water, let it get wet, and put garlic salt on it and wrap it back up.
Bigfoot's right here. He can hear you, but these aren't Bigfoots. They're just everyone's. Like my grandson likes them. Allie
I'd
likes.
do it anyway, though.
Yeah.
Woo!
Sorry, Bigfoot, you wasn't supposed to hear that.
Okay, guys. I'm not sure what's going on tomorrow. I still haven't heard from Bubba News. He hasn't answered my email, so I haven't seen a video from him either. So I'm not sure what's going on. But we'll be here Thursday. Well, not here, over at Jeff's channel Thursday.
Yep.
At what time, Jeff?
I'm just going to keep it at 6.
Oh, okay.
Thursdays.
Thursday at 6 o'clock on Jeff's channel. And all the cats are coming over bugging me.
Bigfoot sighting.
That way I can take a pre-nap before I go to bed.
And make sure everybody goes over and we need a code word for
Do you want
101.
to tag going to 101s?
Big
Big
Bertha.
Bertha. Hashtag Big Bertha.
There you go. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one.